Remembering Harry Belafonte. Harry Belafonte was a legendary musician, actor, and activist who was known for his music, his film and television work, and his tireless efforts to promote social justice. Mr. Harry Belafonte was born on March 1, 1927, in Harlem, New York, and grew up in poverty. He was raised by his mother and grandmother, who instilled in him a love of music and a strong sense of social justice. We will discuss the life and career of Harry Belafonte, a legendary music, actor, and activist. We will examine his impact on film, pop culture, and human rights, and how he is remembered by those who knew and were influenced by him. But before we get started, please be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Life before fame. Belafonte's early life was marked by struggle and hardship. His mother, who was of Jamaican descent, worked as a domestic servant to support her family. Belafonte dropped out of high school and served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. After his discharge, he returned to New York and began working a series of odd jobs to make ends meet. It was during this time that Belafonte discovered his passion for singing. He began performing in nightclubs and coffee houses in Greenwich Village and other parts of New York City. He also joined the American Negro Theater, where he honed his acting skills. How he became famous and activism. Belafonte's big break came in 1953 when he was cast in the Broadway production of John Murray Anderson's Almanac. The show featured Belafonte singing a rendition of the Jamaican song Day-O, the Banana Boat song, which became an instant hit. Belafonte's performance on Broadway led to a recording contract with RCA Victor, and he went on to record a series of successful albums that blended traditional folk songs with jazz and pop influences. Throughout his career, Belafonte was a vocal advocate for civil rights and social justice. He worked closely with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other leaders of the civil rights movement, using his platform as a performer to raise awareness about issues such as segregation, poverty, and police brutality. He also supported anti-apartheid efforts in South Africa and was a prominent critic of U.S. foreign policy in Latin America. Mr. Belafonte's career and accomplishments. Belafonte's music and acting career spanned several decades and included numerous highlights. In addition to his early success on Broadway and as a recording artist, he appeared in several films and television shows, including Carmen Jones in 1954, Island in the Sun in 1957, Buck and the Preacher in 1972, and The Player in 1992. He also hosted his own television specials and served as a guest host on The Tonight Show. Belafonte's activism and philanthropy were also significant accomplishments. He helped to establish the USA for Africa charity, which raised millions of dollars to combat famine and poverty in Africa. He also served as a goodwill ambassador for UNICEF and was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2014 for his lifetime of service and advocacy. After the fame, Mr. Harry Belafonte continued to be active in social justice causes well into his later years. He founded the Gathering for Justice organization in 2005, which works to end child incarceration and racial inequality. He also supported the Black Lives Matter movement and was a vocal critic of the Trump administration's policies. Despite his achievements and accolades, Belafonte remained humble and focused on the causes he believed in. He once said, "I'm not a star, I'm a human being. I happen to be in show business, but I'm also a citizen of the world." His passing. Harry Belafonte passed away on March 1, 2023, at the age of 94. He left behind a legacy of activism, philanthropy, and cultural influence that will continue to inspire generations to come. His impact on film, pop culture, and human rights. Harry Belafonte had a significant impact on film, pop culture, and human rights, and his influence is still felt today. Belafonte's film career paved the way for future generations of actors of color, and his performances in films like Carmen Jones and Island in the Sun continue to be celebrated. Belafonte's music career helped to popularize calypso music in the United States, and his most famous song, Day-O, the Banana Boat song, has become a cultural touchstone. Belafonte's tireless advocacy for civil rights and social justice inspired countless people to take action, and his work with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other leaders of the civil rights movement is still revered today. Harry Belafonte was widely respected and admired by his peers in the entertainment industry and beyond, and his legacy continues to be celebrated and honored by those who knew him and were influenced by his work. Thank you for watching. If you liked our video, then hit the subscribe button for the heads up on our next post. We'll see you in the next one.